David Bahnsen with me. We saw that the Venezuela situation, it did a number for the market yesterday. Nice rally. But what about the longer term? What long-term effect will it have?
Listen, let's be clear. I don't think that the Venezuela thing is what drove the market yesterday. The S&P and NASDAQ were only up 60 basis points. The Dow was up at one point 800 points. It was up more than double that. But the futures were flat all morning. The futures pre-market yesterday weren't up, and we knew about Venezuela all weekend. So there's a lot of reasons why the market's got this pro-cyclical rally. What the Venezuela thing definitely drove yesterday was energy in the market.
Yeah, sure.
The oil services companies, a lot of U.S. producers. But we have to be very careful about thinking that one news event is driving the market. There's a lot going on in this market.
But that is often the reaction when American forces go into action the day after the market goes up. We've seen this consistently. But I want to know, what are the biggest stories that you're looking at this year?
For the whole year, the biggest story of markets is the same as last year, which is the valuation issue. Are we long in the tooth for a rally that has clearly gotten very expensive? But then I really believe there's a big story on the economy, that there is a really good upside story here, pent up in the economy potentially, but there's a lot of risk in it. And you go, oh, well, you're just having it both ways. That's because I don't know. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend I know. Nobody who gives an answer fully does. There's vulnerability, Stuart, with jobs and weakness in the labor market, but then there's a lot of stimulus coming from the big, beautiful bill.
If you get one quarter in 2026 with 5% growth or even close to it, that's the big story of the year.
Yeah.
That's huge. Growth.
But you need it for the full year. Like, we had a big third quarter, but for the whole year last year, we were only up 1.9%. You need a full year of real economic growth.
Got it. Don't go anywhere, please. Stay right there for the hour.
NVIDIA unveiled Alpa Mayo. It's a vehicle platform that allows self-driving cars to reason on their own and navigate rare, unexpected traffic situations.
David. I call upon you for comments.
Which part should I comment on? There's a lot of great technology coming out of NVIDIA. If you're wondering about the investment merits of it, it's really interesting. It's still down 10% from where it was a few months ago. A lot of big announcements, a lot of big orders, one of the most successful companies in history, but very well priced for that success with a declining growth rate of those revenues going forward.
Oh, that's not a pretty picture, is it?
Well, not necessarily, but as long as the euphoria is there and as long as there's a lot of momentum in cheerleading, maybe the stock can stay higher. But the problem is you get caught into a timing game. You have to be able to exit at the right time.
We have some cheerleaders for NVIDIA on this program.
Yeah, I've heard a few.
You've heard a few. Yeah. Right. What's with Qualcomm?
Yeah, so this is about their chip that is for more affordable laptops. It's called the Snapdragon X2 Elite, designed specifically for laptops that cost around $800.
Any comment on that one, Qualcomm?
No, Qualcomm isn't one that we've really followed a lot. The Intel issue, I was going to say, they did bring something really big to the conference. That was their newest investor, the United States federal government.
Brought into the party. That's right. Microchip technology, put them on the screen. They must have done well. They just reported.
So this is an actual company. I thought it was like a microchip, like an item, a thing. But it's a company. They make analog chips that power cars, electronics, lifted their sales guidance for the quarter, but they do officially report in early February.
You have no interest in microchip at all, do you?
No, but the analog space is of interest. We own Texas Instruments, which, a lot of people think analog is dead and gone, but it looks like a good quarter for microchip.
So what do American car buyers want, and what can these car manufacturers provide? Affordability and big cars.
I would suggest that they want Uber. I'm someone who just discovered Uber, and I don't think I'll ever buy a car again. I don't need one, for heaven's sake.
We talk about
Uber's
this
good.
all the time. The price of owning a car versus Uber. Uber's cheaper.
Yeah, I think it is cheaper.
Yeah.
It's more convenient. I can rustle up an Uber in Midtown Manhattan. It arrives 30 seconds later, takes me back to New Jersey, and I'm paying $35, $40. Okay, that's not cheap. But that's
cheaper
not bad.
than owning a car.
What do you think?
Well, I'm in the same boat. I think the car service thing, the thing is, Stuart, not everyone's you and me, right? They're not all getting Ubers around cities. So you have suburban and rural populations. I think the bigger issue for the car makers is it's just hard to be profitable over time. They have a very, very high labor cost to run their companies. There's all the environmental regulations. It's a tough business. No one's made money in that thing for decades.
Yeah, that's true. Morgan Stanley, they're getting involved in cryptos, I understand.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
So they're seeking regulatory approval to launch ETFs tied to Bitcoin and to Solana and then trade them on a U.S. exchange.
David.
Full disclosure, I was a managing director of Morgan Stanley for many years before I started my own firm. We're big owners of Morgan Stanley as a dividend growth stock in our portfolio. BlackRock's already made the ETF. There's a lot of competition. This is just them joining in that party, a few additional
fees. Like it.
But I certainly don't think it's an institutional moment. It's just them playing catch up with what everyone else is doing. And sometimes these are late cycle things that don't work out real well. I'll leave it there.
You are renowned for your dividend picks.
Well, that's nice of you to say.
One is Starbucks.
Yeah, so Starbucks is a company that was down 7% in 2025. So both of the names I brought today on purpose were down because we want to focus on good buying opportunities in the new year. Starbucks is a turnaround story. The CEO from Chipotle is the new CEO at Starbucks, and I have to say that we are very confident that this is an undervalued stock. They are apparently confident, too. They continue growing the dividend. We like Starbucks a great deal. And now I see it's moved higher. Yeah.
You moved the market, Dave.
I didn't do it on purpose.
No, of course not. Thanks very much, David. A mysterious trader on the prediction market, that's platform Polymarket, made hundreds of thousands of dollars on the downfall of Maduro.
$34,000 in wagers on Polymarket netted $410,000 in profits, and some skeptics are saying that trader might have acted on insider knowledge.
I mean, if that trader is he hid his identity with a string of numbers, as I understand it.
Correct.
He could have been a government official who knows something about but that's a terrible thing. But how can you legislate against it?
You can't legislate, and more importantly, you can't regulate, okay? There just isn't any way to regulate it. I take sort of Milton Friedman's view on this, that ultimately these prediction markets give more transparency, more price discovery. People can see what's going on. And then, you know what? If people think, well, one person's making money unfairly, then other people are going to start changing the price of those bets. It'll get priced in over time. You have to let it play out, Stuart.
There's a new factor, and it's fascinating.
Yeah.
David, thanks very much.